Do you believe in yourself? Do you trust your teacher? Are you satisfied with your environment? Before we officially start the class, I will show you a short film video titled Make You Believe in Yourself.
Class, pass the test papers down.
Yes, lucky I passed. How much do you get? Passed also.
Good job!
Shirley, what happened? Let's take it one step at a time, okay? Where do earthquakes occur most often?
Along the edges of tectonic plates.
Do you understand what it means?
Mangroves protect coastal areas from erosion. As you can see behind me, the mangroves have roots that are exposed. So how do the exposed roots reduce erosion? The sea used to come all the way up to there.
Madam Bob, is that area also reclaimed land?
Yes, that's a good question. The speed of the river slows down and sediments begin to accumulate, forming land mass. What are the land masses known as? Shirley?
Deltas?
Yes, that's right.
Do you understand the subject better now?
Yeah, I'll try to get C5 for the mid-year exam.
Just try your best, Shirley.
哎呦，这个天气真的吓人的嘞！忽然间下这么大的雨，
哦，是雨季来的，每年的雨季大概就是这个时候。
哦，
Pass the papers down.
Madam Bob, what do you mean by well done? I still failed.
You worked hard and made a big improvement. Isn't that more important? Keep up the good work, Shirley.
So yes, that's it. So I want someone to volunteer to have a short understanding of the video and how it will connect with our lesson today. Someone? So our topic for today is all about the 1987 Constitution. Article 14, Education, Science and Technology, Arts, Culture and Sports. So objectives. So our objectives in today first is enumerate the key features of each section in the Article 14 of the Philippine Constitution. Then analyze the content of the section of Article 14. Lastly, explain the importance of the section of Article 14 in the present Philippine educational setting. So first, education. So this is the first main focus of this constitution under the Article 14. So, Section 1. The state shall protect and promote the right of all citizens to quality education at all levels, and shall take appropriate steps to make such education accessible to all. So education. So this education should be protected and promoted at all levels, and it is the right of all citizens to have the quality education at all levels. And also this education must be accessible and relevant to all. So according to Father Joaquin Bernes of 2011, there are three principal characteristics of the educational system that the state must promote and protect, and it will be the goal of the state. So first, quality education, that is high academic standard. The second is affordable education, which is financially within the reach, not just for the wealthy. And lastly, education that is relevant to the needs of the people and society. So that would be. So in section 2, it stated that a system of education must be relevant to the needs of the people and society. And also, as they maintain a system of free public education that would, without limiting the natural right. Elementary education is compulsory for all children of school age, so no limits. And also, the state shall maintain a system of scholarship to all deserving students in both public and private school, especially to the underprivileged. So when we talk underprivileged, this is the people usually live in poverty. Many times this word is used as a synonym for poor. Next is encourage non-formal, informal, and indigenous learning system, as well as self-learning, independent, and out-of-school study programs, particularly those that responds to community needs, and provide adult citizens, the disabled, and out-school youth with training in civics, vocational efficiency, and other skills. So when we talk non-formal education, it is an organized school-based educational activities which aims of and attaining specific learning objectives for all, and it would this are under the RA 9155. And also when we talk informal learning system, this would be the lifelong process of learning by which every person acquires accumulate knowledge, skills, attitudes, and insight from daily experiences they have. So home, at work, at play, and from life itself. So it is under RA 9155. Programs like the ALS, the TASDA, that would be the advantage of all the out of school youth. And also this disabled mga youths or humans, so there are new. So our school here in Sandra Mejio, there are rooms, or there are focus the building there are building that all disabled would have this right of education. They have their own teachers, own things or materials that would be accessible and also affordable. So our test does, so it would be a great honor for us that we have a free training on every aspect of technology and that electronic something. So section 3, so it stated that educational institution, it shall include the study of the constitution as part of the curricula. And also in this section 3, we shall inculcate patriotism and nationalism, of course, is love of humanity, mantong makabansa, makatao, makabansa, makakalikasan, ito, and etc. And also we must sing our national anthem, or sugbuhim, or local hymn na to. And also in the field of learning, we have this good manners and right conduct, and sa ba to, and etc. Next are religion. So way back elementary and high school, we have this, the 3 to 5 p.m. would be the great help in our mental and spiritual and add-ons of our good belief and our religious belief. Is section 4. So in this section 4, it states that um, all public and private institution have the rules and regulation, because it is supervision under the educational institution. And also this section 4 state that when we establish a school or religious group or any institution, it must be solely citizens of the Philippines. And if ever corporation or other dapat 60% would be owned by such as citizens. So the Congress may, however, require increased Filipino equity participation in all educational institutions. So this would be controlled and administered in our educational institution. So also in the enrollment, we must the institution should have higher rate of enrollment of a Filipino student, not the aliens. Also, this section are all venues and assets should be actually and directly and exclusively for educational purposes. So adto ipuntanan. And also the donation, endowments, and other distribution must be direct for educational purposes and shall be exempted from the tax. Next is section 5. So this section 5 state that Constitution shall encourage local planning and the development of education policies and programs, all the regional and sectorial needs. And second is the academic freedom. So yes, we have this academic freedom that would be enjoyed in all institutions of higher learning. And next is the right of citizens to select any profession or course that in line to their goals or dreams in life, the subject, and other area. For the teachers, so the state shall enhance the right of the teachers to professional advancement. So there have a seminars month or year, but there is a seminars of the teachers. They have teachers that like in teaching pa, so they are enjoy and free to teach. And this is the state shall have an highest budgetary priority to education, but as of now, health is the higher budget, and the second is the education. Next focus of this constitution under the article 14 is the language. So in section 6, so our national language is Filipino, and it shall be further developed and enriched the basis of existing Philippine and other language. Section 7, so it states that For purpose of communication and instruction, the official language of the Philippines are Filipino. If it is provided by law, would be in English. Also, you can speak English. And next, the regional language or auxiliary official language in the regions and shall serve as auxiliary media of instruction therein, our mother tongue and also unsa panadira. And also Spanish and Arabic shall be promoted on voluntary and optional basis. So next, section 8, this constitution shall be promoted in Filipino and English and shall be translated into major regional languages, Arabic and Spanish. So in section 9, the Congress shall establish a National Language Commission composed of representatives of various regions and discipline in which shall undertake coordination and promote researches for the development, propagation, and preservation of Filipino and other languages. Yes. So guys, are you okay there? Okay, so let's proceed to other main focus of this constitution. So I let Glidel be the take of this another main focus. So go.
Then we have here the science and technology. Section 10. Science and technology are essential for national development and progress. They shall give priority to research and development, invention, innovation, and their utilization, and to science and technology education, training, and services. It shall support indigenous, appropriate, and self-reliant scientific and technological capabilities and their application to the country's productive system and national life. Section 10 of Article 14 states that the state shall provide priority to research and development, invention, innovation, and their utilization and to support indigenous, appropriate, and self-reliant scientific and technological capabilities and their application to the country's productive system and national life. This statement codified the country's intent to harness local inventions and scientific breakthroughs to achieve national development and inclusive growth. Hence, specific laws to cater for this goal were created and enacted. The law promotes and supports the welfare of country's critical mass of scientific workforce and human capital through the provision of technical and administrative assistance from government agencies as well as giving financial support. This may motivate inventors to pursue their research and create something useful for the country. Section 11. The Congress may provide for incentives, including tax deduction, to encourage private participations in programs of basic and applied scientific research. Scholarships, grants and aid, or other forms of incentives shall be provided to deserving science students, researchers, scientists, inventors, technologists, and especially gifted citizens. Are you familiar with the OST scholarship? Or should I say the Department of Science and Technology? Yes, we are. So, DOST is the executive department of the Philippine government responsible for coordination of science and technology-related projects in the Philippines and to formulate policies and projects in the field of science and technology in support of national development. The scientists and inventors are confronted with financial issues considering the high cost of raw materials to conduct research and develop invention. So, DOST scholarships are very helpful for they grant those students who have enough knowledge when it comes to research and someone who do a research that are significant and helpful. The government give incentives to those individuals who creates research and inventions. Section 12. The state shall regulate the transfer and promote the adaptation of technology from all sources for the national benefit. It shall encourage the widest participation of private groups, local governments, and community-based organizations in the generation and utilization of science and technology. So, if ever there will be something to be discovered by a private individual, which the state will see that it is significant and needed by our country, they can adopt or use the technology for the national benefits. Section 13. The state shall protect and secure the exclusive rights of scientists, inventors, artists, and other gifted citizens to their intellectual property and creations, particularly when beneficial to people, for such period as may be provided by law. Section 13 for further explanation, the state must protect and secure the rights or the confidentiality of those above-mentioned individuals and their creations. We have the so-called Intellectual Property Act that protect those properties of well-known researchers, inventors, and artists to keep their work from stealers. To this end, the state shall promote the diffusion of knowledge and information for the promotion of national development and progress and the common good. Now let's proceed to arts and culture. Section 14. The state shall foster the preservation, enrichment, and dynamic evolution of a Filipino national culture based on the principle of unity in diversity in a climate of free artistic and intellectual expression. The Filipinos are artistic. We have a culture by which until now we are using it because it shows that we are proud and born to be a Filipino citizen. We need to maintain the enrichment and giving importance of our traditions. Filipinos' unity keeps us in progress. The art and culture of Philippines truly reflects the vibrant diversity of the country formed as a result of amalgamation of different ethnic and linguistic groups from different parts of the country. Section 15. Arts and letters shall enjoy the patronage of the state. The state shall converse, promote, and popularize the nation's historical and cultural heritage and resources, as well as artistic creations. That is why we have there the National Artist for the Arts. The state recognizes people who are good in their field, specifically the arts. It is also about the support given by a patron to conserve and promote those oldest monuments, buildings, churches, which plays a role in wars and are significant of the history in the Philippines. In addition, for Section 15, those old artistic creations such as paintings, another piece of art which is made by famous Filipino artists, they put it on the museum to preserve and for the next generation to enjoy the beauty of creation in the history. Section 16. All the country's artistic and historic wealth constitute the cultural treasure of the nation and shall be under the protection of the state, which may regulate its disposition. Just like the Section 15, the country also protects the arts and historic wealth. It is under the protection of the state to preserve and regulate its disposition. Section 17. The state shall recognize, respect, and protect the rights of indigenous cultural communities to preserve and develop their cultures, traditions, and institutions. It shall consider these rights in the formulation of national plans and policies. Just like the Ifugaos, Buntok, Kankanay, Ibaloy, Kalinga, Tinggian, Isnig, Gadang, Ilungot, and Digrito, the state must protect their cultural community in order for it not to be extinct and to preserve their cultures and traditions, which is important in their livings. They must still be given respect and recognition. Section 18. First, the state shall ensure equal access to cultural opportunities through the educational system, public or private cultural entities, scholarships, grants and other incentives, and community cultural centers and other public venues. Second, the state shall encourage and support researchers and studies on the arts and culture. So again, in order to preserve the culture of the Philippines, people are encouraged to study more about the arts and our culture, and people encouraged to also preserve our identity. Lastly is the sports. Section 19. The state shall promote physical education and encourage sports programs, league competitions, and amateur sports, including training for international competitions to foster self-discipline, teamwork, and excellence for the development of a healthy and alert citizenry. All educational institutions shall undertake regular sports activities throughout the country in cooperation with athletic clubs and other sectors. So here, the state must ensure and promote the importance of physical education and also to encourage school sports programs such as intramurals. Back when we were high school, if you remember, which aims to develop and help those individuals to harness their skills in a certain sports they like. To further this policy, the state shall establish and construct a state-of-the-art and a highly scientific sport complex. So, that's all. Thank you. Hope you have grasped a lot in today's lessons.